Hello everyone, Shinto Bean here playing some more Warhammer Combat Cards Campaign Mode. This week the campaign is Chaos Against Servants of the Emperor, and there have been two sets of missions. The first set already expired. We're playing as Nurgle, and you could unlock extra copies of the Plague Surgeon as well as the Bloat Drone. For the second part of the campaign, we are switching to Slaanesh, where you can unlock this new Seeker of Slaanesh. It has Scout as its trait. I believe it's the first Chaos Bodyguard with Scout. And I'm actually really kind of angry right now because in the shop there's this Slaanesh bundle. There were three different options. The cheapest one was 30 cards for 1,000 plasma, and I was looking at the Discord and someone posted a picture where they managed to pull 8 legendaries from a single 30 card pack. They got 3 copies of Celeste and 5 copies of the Keeper of Secrets, which is absolutely ridiculous. Now the drop rate for these packs is 30% for epics and 10% for legendaries, which is much higher than normal. So after seeing that image, I was like, okay, of course, that's, that seems like a really good, that seems like good odds, right? So I went ahead and bought the pack, and you know what, RNG has never been on my side when it comes to getting these big bundles for plasma, and I really should not have been surprised at the result. I got 0 legendaries from that pack, which means I just spent 1,000 plasma for a bunch of useless cards that I don't need, nor did I even really want. So you know what, Slaanesh can just go to hell. We're not even going to play as him. Instead, let's look at some of the other Chaos Gods. Okay, and I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Okay, so for Khorne, to represent Khorne, we got Skull Taker. And Skull Taker is quite a bit of fun. I think he's actually my favorite one to use in the campaign because of his pure damage. The bodyguards tend to have a lot of very aggressive traits like Furious Charge and the new Death Blow, as well as Berserk. So those synergize well with Skull Taker, allowing you to deal massive amounts of damage just going pure melee, and it's quite a bit of fun. So I think I'll be playing as them. But just to show you what I was using earlier, at the beginning of the campaign, I went with a full Nurgle deck, and these guys are pretty resilient. They have regeneration, shields, and deal damage over time through poison, but it does make for a little bit of a slower play style, and the games take a little bit longer because you just can't deal as much damage. And then the other Chaos God we have is Tzeentch, represented by Ahriman, and I'm having trouble selecting these cards. Ahriman and his crew of Psychers. We're playing against Servants of the Emperor, so they don't have too many Psychers, which means that if you do go with a full Psycher build, you would be able to get a lot of free damage in. The one kind of minor downside is that they tend to have not as much health, especially the Lord of Change. It used to have much more health, but recently it sacrificed some of that to gain more damage. It now has Psionic Blast, so it can dish out extreme amounts of damage, but it's not really the most durable of the greater demons. And then if you do want to go with Slaanesh, I was thinking of using Abaddon, and I did try this out a bit. Just a bunch of Slaanesh bodyguards with Abaddon, and I do have the Keeper of Secrets. I bought it in the last Slaanesh campaign, and yeah, I have not gotten any more copies of it, so it remains at level 1. A very nice card to look at, but it's also very useless at this point. The other greater demons are just, so much infinitely better than this. So, no Slaanesh. I refuse to play as them anymore. So I'm just gonna go with Skull Taker, and we're gonna take some skulls. I do have one Slaanesh card in there. It's the one with Taunt, the Demonette. So we'll just throw that against like the strongest bodyguard we come up against and get it out of the way. But hopefully we'll be able to dish some damage out. And we are up against Inquisitor Greyfax, who again was greatly nerfed this season. The AI does not really know how to use her very well. You can see they're getting a whopping 0% boost. I'm going to put down the Bloodthirster at the beginning. They got Slime Marbo on the field, level 5. And I think we're just going to throw Khorne, the Betrayer, over there. And let's throw down something with Furious Charge to take care of that shield on the Custodes dude. And we do have the initiative. They got the Vindicare Assassin in the center lane. I think the Bloodthirster will do a pretty good job of dealing with that. Bloodthirster now has Death Blow, which is an interesting choice. It has lots of health, 300 health. So I've played a number of games with the new Death Blow Bloodthirster, and in many of the games it does not actually die. It survives till the end of the match, so the Death Blow does not activate. But it is kind of a nice insurance policy, I suppose. If it does die, then it is guaranteed to deal some good damage if it is positioned correctly. So, continuing with the melee attacks, we're taking down Sly Marbo and the Assassin. And I do kind of like how the Death Blow, it sort of actually encourages your the unit, especially the Bloodthirster, to go after the strongest enemies, and you don't have to worry as much about it taking lots of damage. So I do kind of like that it encourages a more aggressive playstyle with it. Alright, we haven't really seen the Locus of Decapitation taking effect yet, and a lot of my units are just strong enough that they're just overkilling the enemy. So, still no use of the special rule, but I think we might be able, well, I was hoping to get it, but I guess not. We'll put down the Bloodletter. This is the other Chaos card that got Death Blow. It's a very weak one, but yeah, Death Blow does combo with Skull Taker's special rule. So if you can manage to get it to use it on a low health enemy, it can potentially make for a pretty interesting combo. But looks like we'll just see the Bloodletter take down that guy with its normal attack, assisted by the Locus of Decapitation, and then their final two bodyguards will deploy alongside Greyfax. And we've got another hero of the Imperium, Colonel Curtis Hicks over there, level 4. The guy is capable of dealing some good damage. He's actually super effective against the Bloodthirster. And they are going for a charged up melee attack, so that's going to be dealing a lot of damage. Khorne goes down, the Bloodletter dies as well. See that Death Blow activate there, and then Curtis Hicks also takes out the Bloodthirster. Wow, that was eventful. So my entire front line just got decimated. We'll put down the Khorne Hound. It's got outflank, and let's see. I think we'll put down that guy over there. And do I want to go with Skull Taker? Do we actually have enough damage to end the game here? I'm not confident about that, so we're just gonna put down one of these weaker guys here. See if we can take out Hicks over there on the right. I think we have enough damage there, so we'll see the decapitation take place. And down he goes. Alright, and then next turn we can deploy the little Demonette, which can absorb the incoming damage. So, we kind of lost momentum after the strongest units, Khorne and Bloodthirster, were destroyed, but still, we've got more than enough damage to take down this level 27 AI. Skull Taker finally taken to the field, and let's go in for the kill. So yeah, this is just, it's a lot more fun than using those Slaanesh units. The Slaanesh, I don't know, they just don't really have, they're not bound by as strong a theme as the other Chaos gods. And they're kind of all over the place. They have like a mix of ranged and melee, and a lot of them like debuff the enemy attacks, and they just don't really synergize very well with each other. So, yep, that's it for this one. Let me know what type of composition you are using and whether or not you are a fan of Slaanesh. If you are on the fence about getting one of these packs, then, well, I don't know. From my experience, I would not recommend it because I didn't get anything good. But you might be lucky like that other person who managed to pull 8 legendaries. So if you're feeling lucky, go for it. If not, then pass it up. Your choice. As always, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.